You know that divisibility rule of 9 is exactly similar to the divisibility rule of 3. What is the divisibility rule of 3? Yes, what I told? I told that the number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digit of the number is coming multiple of 3 or it is divisible by 3, right? Same rule for the 9 also. Will add the digit of the number, right? If the addition of the digit of the number is coming multiple of 9 or the number whatever we are getting by adding the digit, if that is divisible by 9 or multiple of 9, the full number will be divisible by 9. This time I am writing a number from mine, okay, not from your book. Okay, suppose I am writing a number. Can you tell? Okay, I am writing. Let's see. 3, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. Okay. One more. Okay. 3. Right? Okay. This number is divisible by 9 or not? It is very difficult to divide it actually, right? So what will do? We'll use the divisibility rule, and the rule is saying we'll add the digit of the number, and if the addition is coming multiple of 9 or divisible by 9, the full number will be divisible by 9. So simple, right? So add it. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 3. What is coming? Right? 4, 9, 9 plus 7, 16, 16 plus 8, 24, plus 9, that is 33, plus 3, 36. Wow, 36. And 36 is divisible by 9. You know, 9 4 are 36. It is a multiple of 9. It is divisible by 9. Means the full number is also divisible by 9. Everyone understand? Any doubt, any confusion? No? Definitely no? Understood? Should I revise it? No? I'm telling. What I have done? I added all the digit of the number, and I'll see that the sum of the digit of the number is coming 36, which is the multiple of 9. Since it is a multiple of 9, and the rule is saying only if the sum of the digit of the number is coming multiple of 9, the whole number, the full number will be exactly divisible by 9. So it is following the rule. That is following the rule. That's why it is divisible by 9. Okay. Now I am telling the divisibility rule of 10. Very, very, very easy. Why? Because if the unit place digit of any of the number is 0, the number definitely will divisible by 10. Should I repeat? It's easy, no? Yes, very easy. If any number unit place digit is 0, that number will be definitely divisible by 10. Okay, so you will do it. I'm telling the divisibility rule for the 11. Okay, it will little bit difficult, but it is not so difficult. I'm telling, you will understand it. Okay, I'm telling the divisibility rule of 11. Got it? 11. Actually, for checking that the number is divisible by 11 or not without actually dividing the number, what we have to do? We have to find the sum of the digit at the even place and sum of the digit of odd place. Then we'll find out their difference. If their difference is coming 0 or the multiple of 11, then the number will be divisible by 11, otherwise not. Should I repeat? Listen carefully. I'm again telling. Okay, the number is given. What we have to do? Whatever the number is given, we'll add the even place digit of the number and odd place digit of the number. Okay, when their sum will come, we'll find their difference. And the difference is coming either 0 or multiple of 11. The number will be divisible by 11, otherwise not. So I am taking one number, okay, from your book. 7180910. This is the number. We'll check without dividing. Without dividing this number, we'll check this number is divisible by 11. So what I told you, we'll find the sum of the digit in even place and also sum of the digit odd place. We'll find their difference. If the difference is 0 or multiple of 11, the number will be divisible by 11. Okay, and also the even place. So odd place digit means we'll start from 1. So this is the first place, this is odd place, then this is third place, odd place, then this is fifth place digit, odd place, this is seventh place digit, that is odd. So these numbers are odd place. Okay, odd place, odd place, odd. I'm writing out, it doesn't mean this is a odd digit. Okay, this is a odd place digit. Okay, so we'll find out their sum. So what is that? That is 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 3. So what the sum is coming? Tell me. 7 plus 8 is what? 15. 15 plus 9 is what? 24. 24 plus 0 is? Now what we'll do? We'll find out the sum of the digit at even place. So even place, that is second place, then this is fourth place, and this is sixth place. Correct? 1 plus 0 plus 1. 1 plus 0 plus 1. That is coming 2. Right now? So the difference, their difference 24 minus 2. What is coming? It is coming 22. Right? 22 is what? It is multiple of 11, isn't it? It is multiple of 11, right? 11 to ja. So since it is difference is coming multiple of 11, the full number will be divisible by 11. This number will be divisible by 11. As per the rule, the number will be divisible by 11 if the sum of the even place digit and odd place digit, their difference is 0 or the multiple of 11. The number will be divisible by 11, and here we have seen that we are adding the odd place digit, that is coming 24. We have added the even place digit, that is coming 2. We have find out their difference is coming 22, that is multiple of 2, multiple of 11, and since it is difference is coming multiple of 11, the number is divisible by 11. Right? Now I am telling the divisibility rule for the 12. That is the last one for you. Okay. So how we know that without actually dividing, that number is divisible by 12? Very easy. Factor of 12 is 3 into 4. So if any number is divisible by 3 and also by 4, both. Okay. What? If any number is divisible by 3 and also by 4, exactly, then the number will be divisible by 12. Otherwise not. So we'll check the number is divisible by 3 and also by 4 by using the divisibility rule. Okay, so I'm taking one question, one example. That is 515136. Can you tell me this number is divisible by 4? This number is divisible by 4. Why? Because the last two digit number, that is 36, a number formed from last two digit is 36, which is divisible by 4. That's why this number is divisible by 4. Now we'll check the number is divisible by 3 or not. For that we'll find the sum of the digit of the number. That is 5 plus 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 3 plus 6. Okay. So what is coming? 6 plus 6, 12, 12 plus 3, that is 15, 15 plus 6 is 21. Okay, and this is the multiple of 3, this is divisible by 3, means the number is divisible by 3. So this number is exactly divisible by 12 because this number is divisible by 3 and 4 both. Got it? Right? Should I repeat it? It's very easy. Right now, if any number is divisible by 3 and 4 both, the number is also will divisible by 12. Right? Now, I will tell you the next thing. The next thing is that how we'll find out the HCF and LCF. Right? HCF means highest common factor. And you know the meaning of factor. Factor means a number which exactly divides the given number. And the LCM, least common multiple. Okay. For finding SCF and LCM, we have two methods for both. One is prime factorization method for both, and second is the division method for both. So I am taking a one question and I will show you how can we find out the SCF and LCM by prime factorization method and how we find. Okay, what is the difference in that? I am taking one example, right? See, we have a three number 120, 280 and 440. We'll find out their SCF and LCM by one method, that is prime factorization. So first I am telling how we can find out the SCF and LCM of the given numbers by prime factorization method. The meaning of prime factorization, as I told you already in the last class, okay, here I am showing you, okay. We'll find out the prime factors of 112. Right? So we'll start dividing the number by the prime number only. Okay, prime numbers, you know, the number which is divisible by itself, like 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Okay, so first we'll start the least prime number, that is 2. If it is not divisible by 2, then we'll come in the next, and so. Okay, so first we are dividing by 2. Divisible by 2, how many times? 6. Then again divisible by 2. We'll divide it to unless it will not stop dividing by 2. Then this 15, it is not divisible by 2, right? So we'll take the next prime number, and that is 3. It is divisible by 3, so we divide it. Now it is not divisible by 3, the next prime number, that is 5, and it is divisible by 5. So the prime factors or prime factorization of 120, that is 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. Got it? Now we'll find out 280. Prime factor for 280. Divisible by 2 because unit place digit is 0. Again divisible by 2, unit place digit is 0. Again divisible by 2. Now it is not divisible by 2. 34. It is divisible by 3? No. 35 is not divisible by 3. Which number? 5. So prime factorization of 280 is 2 into 2 into 2 into 5 into 7. Now we'll find the prime factorization of 440. Unit place digit is 2, unit place digit is 0, means the number is definitely divisible by 2. Again by 2, again by 2. Now 55. 55 divisible by 2? No. It is divisible by 3. 5 plus 5, 10. No. Then it is divisible by next prime number, that is 5. 11. Divisible by 11 because 11 is a prime number. Okay. Prime factorization of 440. 2 into 5. So this is the prime factorization. This is common part for SCF and LCM both. Okay. Now after this we'll decide if we want to find out the SCF, which number we take, and if we want to find out the LCM, which number. Okay. So highest common factor for SCF, highest common factor means the number which will be exactly divided by these all three number, and it must be the greatest, highest. Okay, so we'll take all the common all the common numbers. Here, all the common number, that is 2. 2 is coming as a factor of all 3 here. Again you see 2 is also coming here. Okay. Here also, in both in all the 3 prime factorization, you will see 2 is coming 3 times here, 3 times also here, 3 times also. Now you will see 3 is coming in as a prime factorization of first, but 3 is not coming here, 3 is not coming here. It must be in each one. Okay, so we cannot take 3. But you will see the 5 is coming here, 5 is coming here, 5 is coming here. So 5 is coming in all 3, so we will take. After this 7, it is here only, 11 is there. It must be in all 3. Okay. So SCF of 120, 280, 440. What it will come? Out of these all 3, we'll take a 1. Okay. Then from all these 3, we take 1. From here also, and 1. We'll multiply it 8 into 5. That is 40. Okay. So this 40 is SCF for all these 3 numbers. We should direct. Got it? Instead of finding SCF, if we'll find the LCM for all these 3 numbers only by prime factorization, so only the difference, what the difference will be? This part, this much part. For finding this much part will be same, right? But for the LCM, for the SCF we are taking only the common factor, common in all 3. Right? And we are taking from common one. If you find out the LCM, the difference is we'll take all the factors. Okay, like 2 is here, 2 is here, 2, and what the maximum time 2 is coming in each one? Maximum time 2 is coming each one 3. So we'll take 2 3 times. Okay, as much maximum time it will come. The first you will decide how many prime factors are there. 2 is there, 3 is there, 5 is there, 7 is there, and 11 is there. Okay, these all are the 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. These all are the prime number. So prime factorization. So we'll take all. We'll take the multiple of all. But maximum time. Maximum time means 2 is coming here, maximum time 3 times. So we'll take 2 3 times. For LCM, 2 will take 3 times. Then 3 maximum, how many times it is coming? Only 1. Okay. 5, how many times maximum is coming? Only 1. Here 1 time, here 1 time, here 1 time. So it will take only 1 time. Separately we'll say, don't say 1, 2, 3, it is coming 3 times. No, not like that. In a particular one. Okay, prime factorization 120, 2 is coming here 3 times, 3 is coming 1 time, 5 is coming 1 time. So 2 I am taking 3 times because maximum time is coming 3 times. Okay, then 3 is coming 1 time, then 5 is coming 1 time. In each one it is coming 1 time. It doesn't mean you will take 3 times. Okay, you will take only 1 time. 7 is also coming 1 time, and 11 is coming 1 time. Right? Now we'll multiply these all. So whatever comes, that will be the least common multiple, means SCF of all, LCM of all these 3 numbers. Okay, so multiply 8, 50, 70, 40, Do you understand the difference of SCF and the LCM? SCF what coming? It is the highest common factor, means you will get a number which will be exactly divided these three. 40 exactly will divide it 120 3 times. 40 exactly divide 440 11 times, and this 280 if you divide by 40 it will be exactly divisible by 7 times, right? You understand? Highest common factor. You have find out the SCF of 120, 280 and 440. Okay, means you got a number which will be exactly divided all these three numbers, right? Got it? And this is the highest number. Okay, greater than 40 you will not get any number which will be exactly divided all these three numbers. Less than of this number you can get many, maybe okay, many number you can get which will be divided these three, but maximum is 40. More than 40 you will not get any number which will be divided 120, 280 and 440. That's why the 40 is HCF of 120, 240 and 280 and 440. And the LCM 9240. 9240 is the LCM for these number, means this number is exactly divisible by 120, 280 and 440, because this is the least common multiple. Means when you read the table of 120 or 280 or 440, you will get a one number which will be common, that is 2940. Understand what is the difference in LCM and SCF? So SCF means when you are finding the SCF of the given number, you are getting a number which will be divide exactly the given numbers, and that will be the highest. And in LCM you will get a number which will be common, which will be least and common in the table of all the numbers. Okay, because that is the least common multiple. Multiple means what? Multiple means a number which we are getting in the when we are reading a table of the particular number. So when you will read the table of particular number, you will get that common number. Okay, so if more than one number is giving and you are finding the LCM, means the LCM means one number you will get which will be come on the table of all the given numbers, and that will be the very first number, least number. Okay, thank you class. More things I will tell you in the next class. Till that, bye bye.